Hey guys, it's Fox, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we completed... I was about to say Woodfall, and I was about to say Snowhead. We completed Great Bay Temple, the temple that I have been dreading because it was my childhood nightmare. But at the same time, I love that temple. And in this episode, we're going to be getting a couple of things done before heading to the next area. But by the end of this episode, yes, we will be in Ikana Canyon. So first thing we want to do is check on Lulu, see how she's doing. Why not? I mean, we cured the ocean of all its curses, and she was the one that was most deeply affected, so let's see how she's doing. Mikau, you came back safely. That's good. I was surprised when my voice turned that lonely island into lonely island. Anyway, but that song you played for me, my mother used to sing it often, long ago. Those eggs were laid to remind me of that. That song was from when I was a very young child, so I had forgotten it. I put you through some horrible experiences. Yeah, you have actually. Thanks for realizing. But I'm all better now? Well, the town's concert is very soon. Let's start a rehearsal. 1, 2, 3. I like how Tattle was just circling around Lulu the whole time. Lesbian crush much? Anyway, so yeah, that was, I guess, relatively pointless, but it was just still kind of nice to see, you know. And I like, that's a cool song too, so, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's all we had to do here, so not much. Next thing I want to do is, since we did get all 15 stray fairies, because this is a 100% Let's Play, why not head over to the Great Bay and see what she has in store for us. Now I have to say, this prize is one of the most interesting things you can get in the game. I'll just say that. Possibly some people could consider it slightly OP, but yeah, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. So, to get to the Great Fairy Fountain, what we want to do is come over here to these rocks that we climbed on. I don't even know when. I can't even estimate when. But we came over here to that rock over there to find that thing of bomb chews, that chest of bomb chews. So now that we have our hook shot, we can hook shot on these palm trees, and Tattle kind of gives us a hint, by the way, if you see her flying over there. She just gives us a hint that, you know, we should... Freaking Gooey! Or Gwei. I call it Gooey. I've always called it Gooey. It's probably like Gwei or something. Anyway. Yeah, Tattle gives us a hint. We're supposed to hook shot over here. All that. So yeah. So anyway, what we're gonna do is just jump over here. There's... Why do you always jump head first into these things? That just... When you do that, Mikau, it makes the jump shorter. Okay, I'm back here, and I'm not gonna turn into Mikau this time. I'm just gonna jump as Link. See? Simple jump. Look at that. Anyway, what we want to do here is pretty self-explanatory. Just blow it up with our bombs. I mean, what else would you do? I guess you could use a powder keg, but that's pointless because it costs so much and you can only carry one at a time. Anyway, so, fairies found. Oh god, that thing still creeps me the hell out. I mean, it's just wrong on so many levels. Just look at... Oh, courageous young one, I am the great fairy of courage. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. As thanks, I shall lend you my strength. Technically, you're lending me your defense, but whatever. So, yeah. She makes our HP bold. That is the prize. And Link's like, what? That's all he did? Enemies now do have as much damage as before. Yeah, so basically this gives us armor. Right now we have 12 hearts. Essentially, this power-up she just gave us gives us 24 hearts, essentially. It's kind of an overpowered ability, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. If I die in the remainder of this series, you can tell I must be pretty bad at this game. Well, I guess that's dying by, like, actually getting hurt. I mean, I guess falling off like a cliff might not matter. Which will happen, just wait until we get to Stone Tower. God. Anyway, next thing I want to do is we're going to Sword and Mountain Village, because, if you remember last episode, we fought one of those gecko guys, and after defeating him, we turned into the 5th and final frog that we were getting together for the chorus, the LunarVaux chorus. So, we'll go ahead so we're here, put on our mask, make sure that we are dressed appropriately for the occasion, and where are they? I don't actually remember where they are. I think they're over here. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. And he's just like, hey, over here. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Talk to him. Well, if that isn't the great Don Giro. Shall we sing once again? Yes. You know, at least you don't have to direct it yourself, or like conduct it yourself like you have to do in Ocarina of Time. That was a nightmare. Anyway, this is how deeply we were moved by your spectacular conducting. And so we get a heart piece, which assembles a new heart container. Hooray! Let us do it again sometime. Yeah, whatever. You can do it again sometime. I'm leaving. See, by the way, I'm not really Don Giro. Thanks, just so you know. Yeah. Anyway, so next thing I want to do, since it is the night of the second day, we may as well go to the Ikana graveyard because, well, we've been there on the final day, or the final night technically, and we've been there on the first night, but the second night is the only time we haven't been there yet, so since that's also the direction that we're going to be heading anyway, why not stop by there? Something I just want to mention real quickly is that, if you remember when we got the Song of Storms, it said that it could heal curses. So now that we're jinxed, let's play this, and as you can see, it heals me right away. So, that's something kind of cool. So now that we're in the graveyard, as we look out in the distance, go ahead and put my captain's hat on before I forget. If we look out in the distance, we can see those stall children circling around yet another grave. So let's talk to him. Huh? Ah, Captain, sir. Excuse me, sir. Everyone, give the captain your attention. We haven't seen you in some time, Captain, sir. As per your order, sir, we've been guarding these graves closely. We have all been expecting your next order, sir. Open the grave. And for the final time, they bash the grave down, jump in, and just disappear. Alright, so this is the underneath the graveyard place for the second night, and as I kind of hinted before, when you came here for the first night, there is a secret wall here, which can be, you can use the Lens of Truth to actually, you know, see it, which I'm actually going to go ahead and pull out right now because all of the enemies in this room are invisible. Yay. Love invisible enemies. Oh, which, by the way, these bats that I'm attacking right now are actually keys. And I mentioned way early on in the series that in this game they were called bad bats instead, which was a bit strange because they're called keys in every other game of the series. There are still keys in this game. See how there's, well, I just killed it, but there's slightly bluer than the other ones. Well, I guess you can't really see it anymore. See, they're slightly bluer. Anyway, so, oh, and the bad bats are black, I guess. But that was kind of self-explanatory. So anyway, there's a dead end here, but there's a crack in the wall, so that it's kind of video game logic of what you want to do when there's a crack in the wall. Which leads us to a door that reminds me of Dodongo's Cavern and the Spirit Temple. Anyway, so in here we have yet another Iron Knuckle, except she's white this time. She's white, sorry. Which makes no difference whatsoever. We still do the same tactic of jump attacking and backflipping. Hello there! Ouch. Look, it only dealt 2 hearts of damage. See, like before, it would have dealt 4. So, I mean, even the Iron Knuckles really aren't that powerful anymore. I mean, that's still fairly powerful, but I mean, we're just so much more powerful now. Alright, so after killing it, it spawns a big chest, so let's see what's in here. And there's a piece of heart. Typical. So anyway, let's go ahead and leave the way we came in. There's no easy way out of this place, so just go back in. Or go back out the way you came in. Wow. Okay. Okay, so now that we're out of the graveyard, it is time, I'm going the wrong way, it is time to head to the 4th and final area of the game. So that means Great Bay is over with. We are done with Great Bay. So next is Ikana Canyon, which is, I have to say, one of my favorite areas of the game. I just love the mood of the place in general. And I don't know, I really like it. I like all the stuff you do before the dungeon. I like the dungeon itself. I don't know, I just really like it. So what we want to do is, I guess I should talk about what I'm doing. Equip our Garo's mask and then talk to this guy. Hehehe, that's a nice mask you're wearing. That is the mask of the leader of the ninjas who spied on the hilltop castle, with the blood-stained history. With that, you may be able to call out their spirits that even now are still wandering. Perhaps you may be able to save the souls that wander beyond here. And he gives us a tree stump. So technically, you can get up to Ikana Canyon anytime after you get the hook shot. So you don't actually have to beat Great Bay to get here. However, there is something that's going to block you from proceeding because you'll need ice arrows, and I'll show you that in a second. And so let's just make sure not to get jinxed by these things. Now, you want to keep your Garo's mask on when you head into the canyon, and there's going to be an obvious reason why. You're not going to have to leave it on the whole time. It's just there's something kind of peculiar that comes up, and it's interesting. And here is Ikana Canyon. Creepy. Okay, so anyway, if we take a couple of steps forward, Master, you called. What are you? This thing comes out. Now this is a Garo. The mask that we have is disguised, or we're disguising ourselves as one of these guys. One hit with the Gilded Sword takes them out, so there's no need to worry about them. Regrettable. Although my rival, you are spectacular. I shall take my bow by opening my heart and revealing my wisdom. To cross the valley of Ikana, aim at the river beasts with the arrowhead that freezes. Belief or disbelief rests with you. To die without leaving a corpse, that is the way of the Garo. So basically what they are, if you wear the Garo's mask around, just pretty much anywhere around Ikana Canyon, these guys will come up at random encounters, and that's basically what Tao's saying right now. And if you defeat them like we just did now, they'll basically just give you a hint on what to do next, because this place can be slightly confusing, because you don't just go straight to the dungeon, and there's no actual like story here, like Mikau's storyline or even Darmani's storyline. So, but what you want to do here is just shoot the Octoroks with your, with your ice arrows. There we go, and they're just gonna make some nice stepping stones over this river. I remember as a kid, I used to come here before beating Great Bay, and I was like, how do I get over to this place? Because my hookshot won't grapple onto anything, and yeah, whoops. Well, we need ice arrows. Something kind of interesting. If you see this river and that passage over there, that'll actually take you to the southern swamp. If we pull up our map, you can see that to the south of where Link is and to the right of my cursor, there's a little lake and like a river to the northeast of it. That river is the river that we're currently by, and that little lake is actually where the Magic Hag's potion shop is in the swamp. So if we were just to follow this all the way down there, there's a waterfall by that potion shop, and we would just fall down that waterfall. So that's just a quick kind of speedrun tactic to get to the swamp from here. There's really no practical use for it. Like, I don't think I've ever really used it for, to help me out. But it's just, something there, and it's pretty cool. Shows how Termin is connected. So anyway, here's our owl statue for Ikana. And if we look above us, you see an old friend. Except we have to climb up here. Well, I mean, we can shoot him right now, but I'm going to climb up here since this is where he's going to fall. And I don't want to have to race for him to... Look at those things. Aren't they just creepy? Anyway, I don't want to have to race for him to fly back up. I just want him to drop right in front of me. Hey, Tingle, how's it going? By the way, that thing over there, that big Colossus-looking thing, Colossus is Stone Tower, which we'll get there later. And speaking of Stone Tower, if we look at the map, he's not actually selling us a map of Ikana, he's selling us a Stone Tower map, which is weird because it's not a map of Stone Tower, it is a map of Ikana. So, whatever. We got a map of, well, Ikana Canyon. So now it's going to appear on our map. Tingle, tingle, Kula Limpa! Thank you. Oh, also, Clock Town. I don't know if you saw, he was selling the Clock Town map for 40 rupees. That's basically because you can't really... I mean, there's no area after this for like to buy maps for, so it just kind of goes back to the beginning, which is really weird because at the beginning of the game you can buy the Clock Town map for 5 rupees, yet towards the end game he's selling it to you for 40, which is kind of funny. Anyway, bye Tingle. So that's all for now. In the next episode we'll just kind of be exploring Ikana Canyon. There's quite a bit of stuff to do, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.